Hey, what's up, guys? Greg Luther here. Thank you so much for joining us today. And man, we have a cool topic for you today to help you in growing your real estate business. I think you're going to find this is something that's probably missing within your business. And if you start to add this, you're going to see a significant difference to the amount of revenue you're bringing in, and more importantly, the buyers and sellers that you're attracting in today's market. So, first and foremost, welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. Do me a favor, and in the chat here, I want you to let me know the city and state that you're watching from, and more importantly, where you sell real estate. We gave out 3 referrals last week to people that contacted us. We didn't happen to have an inner circle member there. So I said, let me look at the chat. I'm sure we've got somebody from that city. Let me know the city and state that you are watching from here. And we're going to get rocking with today's topic, which is the 3 big things that you need to have within your real estate business to start generating a lot more closings for yourself. These 3 are missing for an awful lot of agents, and they don't really think through how they're promoting themselves. So in turn, they're showing pictures of themselves. And if you're thinking of listing your home, list with me. And, whenever you're ready to sell, contact me first and start packing. They're doing all that stuff that's not really creating what we're looking for. I just recorded an audio today, which, by the way, all of you in this call, I'll send it to you for free. It's freaking amazing. It's an hour and 25 minutes. It's an audio recording, and it's probably the best content we've ever put out. It's a re-record of something I did years ago that we're getting great feedback from month after month after month. I said, you know what? We're going to do a brand new one, and I'm just going to give it to everybody. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but a lot of what we were discussing on that call was how you are perceived before you knock on the door, how you are perceived before you meet with that buyer or that seller, what they think about you before your presentation. What are you doing to create fame in the marketplace, to create that trust and authority and that type of thing? So there's 3 big topics I want to cover today, because if you were brand new in the business and you said, Greg, how do I become a top producer? I'd tell you to first write down these 3 words. I want you to write down these 3. As a matter of fact, you might even want to type it in the chat here. Trust, authority, and credibility. Please write those words down. We're going to talk about each one and why it's so important to handle your marketing this way, because these are the 3 things that you need to have as a real estate agent, frankly, as any salesperson, but as a real estate agent, to create the type of positioning you're looking for. If you do not have this in your business, you're probably not going to do really well with your marketing. You're probably going to generate a lot of leads or buy leads from other sources and wonder why they never convert for you. And the reason they're not converting is you got the contact information, but then you tried to set up an appointment with them, or you called to see if they were ready to make a move right now. You thought you were getting appointments rather than leads. So we're going to talk a little bit about those 3: trust, authority, and credibility, and how important they are. If you were starting a new YouTube channel today and you said, Greg, I don't like being on video, I don't know what to talk about, I need some topics, I'd say make 3 different videos. The first one is to establish trust, that they trust you as a real estate agent, as a professional, as a industry advisor. You need to have everything centered around that. Don't try and sell them on all kinds of other stuff. Don't tell them about the great houses you have, the great service you have, none of that stuff. You need to establish trust. You know what you need to do on your second video? You need to establish authority. That's a completely different topic. These are not like buzzwords that, Greg came up with 3 words that work really well. We've taught this for decades. Hell, it's in my logo. If you look at the Inner Circle Coaching logo, this is my mouse pad here, but if you look at the Inner Circle Coaching logo, will it zoom enough for you to see in the middle? I don't think it's going to zoom for us. That little banner you see right here says, let's see back here if it'll show, trust, authority, credibility. Can you see that? Trust, authority, credibility. It is the 3 key factors to becoming a top producer. You need to become that authority. They need to look at you as the advisor. They need to know that you are giving the right price. You're charging the right fee. You know what type of target marketing needs to be put in place to sell their home for the most amount of money. If you're working with the buyer, you need to have that authority positioning so they look at you as the person to tell them what to do, to be that leader. Okay. As an example, and I've used this example before. If you were on an airplane and somebody's having a heart attack, The first thing they do, you're up in the air, you're 30,000 feet in the air. Is anybody on the plane a doctor? Is there any doctors? There's no doctors. I'm a nurse. You're the most qualified. Come here. And whatever that nurse says to do is what everybody does. Grab some towels. I need some tape. I need to have we got to have some water. We got whatever it is that they need. That becomes the authority because they're the most qualified at that time. There's no doctor, but we got pretty daggone close. And this is the person that's in control right now. You need to think about how you're positioning yourself from an authority position. And then finally is credibility. Okay. The credibility factor to get them to their desired goal. Now, let me tell you why this is important. The reason this is important is because trust is not the same as authority, and authority is not the same as credibility because it depends on what we're asking them to be credible on. A nurse doesn't know anything about stocks or about investing for my retirement, but she knows what to do when someone's having a heart attack. Does that make sense? So, let's look at my mother. Okay. Let's say I want to become an NFL football player. I have trust with her. She's definitely the authority with me, but she has no credibility on showing someone how to become an NFL player. She has a lot of credibility on a lot of things, but she can't teach me shit about how to become a professional sports star. She has a 0% success rate. It's the reason I don't believe very much in college professors. More than 99% of their graduates, go back to 2004, 20 years later, 99% of the people they taught are losing. So I don't have anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just they suck. They're doing it. They don't know how to create wealth. I'm not ragging on teachers. I am one. But I give awards for those that create a net worth of over $1 million, and they parade on my stage. So the credibility factor matters. Now, if it's how to be in a successful relationship, if it's how to take care of your kids or whatever, my mom has that authority and the credibility that I would need. But she doesn't have the credibility on teaching me how to sell more homes, on how to use marketing to turn it into profit, right? How to advertise to pick up new clients. Well, the same is true with your clients. You need to have trust. You need to have authority. And that third video you would create with this fictitious YouTube example we're talking about, you need to have credibility. That doesn't mean I've done this before. It doesn't mean here's my 5 last showings or 5 last closings that I had, or that I sold a home in your neighborhood. That doesn't necessarily give you more credibility. In lieu of all other measurements, of course, they'll go with someone who just sold there. But if you didn't just sell there, you better get some other measurements. So these 3 factors should really be the center of everything that you're doing, of video content, of your newsletter. If you're writing a newsletter and you're sending it out to your sphere of influence, your past clients, your unconverted leads, all of the people you're sending a printed and mailed newsletter, you should have that in mind. The only reason I'm doing this newsletter, is because I'm touching base with them to build trust, authority, and credibility. As a matter of fact, I want to read through that. If I were reading your newsletter and say, hey, Greg, what do you think of this? You got a freaking recipe in there. You got a crossword puzzle. You got pictures of yourself at a cookout. You got whatever. The only thing I'm thinking about is let me read through this. Does this establish trust? If I'm a homeowner in this area, would I trust you as an agent? Would I look at you as an authority as an agent? And would I look at you as credible as an agent? Now, you can do this with any of the news that's going on. Hell, it's easy for real estate agents right now. Look at what's going on with NAR and the lawsuit, and commissions are negotiable and changing, and you no longer have to pay buyer's agents and whatever. This is a damn good way for you to build trust, for you to build authority. All you got to do is give your opinion on this and why. 50% of the people are going to love you. 50% of the people will not agree with you, but it's certainly better than 100% of the people not knowing who in the hell you are. So you're going to build authority, and you can certainly build credibility when you show the facts, when you show the truth, when you show what it is real estate agents really do. So the newsletter that you put out on a monthly basis, the email sequence that you're using. So you got a new lead. I don't care if you're paying Zillow, Realtor.com, you're getting them from your broker, you got Commissions Inc., you got all these different services that are giving you leads. and you're creating an email, you certainly don't use their email sequence. You already know how bad that is. Their drip campaign, which is the worst you're like, hell, I would never open this, let alone read it and then reply to it. We'd never get to that point. Okay, well, what if you just don't do that? Because you're losing credibility by using that kind of stuff. You're actually burning your lead by doing that sort of thing. So you need to look through your email sequence. And let's say, what we've had very good success with is 6 emails and 2 text messages over a 21-day period. This is what we call a short-term nurture. So any new leads that we're getting in from whatever source that is, it needs to be 6 emails and 2 text messages over the course of 21 days. The great news is it's 100% automated. You don't have to do the work yourself. But if you're doing that, I want to look through those emails and text messages and see the only things I'm trying to create right here, those 3 things right there in the logo we've used for decades now. I want to establish trust, authority, and credibility. I don't want to talk about I'm with the fastest growing company. We're the biggest company. We got national, international presence. We have a Sunday morning television show. I don't want to do any of that crap because the prospect doesn't care about that. So with everything that we're creating in our marketing, your newsletter, your email sequence that you're utilizing, a text sequence that you're utilizing, because we're converting a lot of people to text. We're doing everything except phone because the phone freaking sucks. You hate making the call. They hate taking the call. And it's the least effective communication device. I guarantee I've put up, if you guys go back to Facebook and you look at the $100,000 in cash I was carrying, cash, I went to the bank. I got out 50 grand. No coach would take me up on a challenge. So I got 100 grand. And I said, any coach that thinks that you can have a bullpen of people making cold calls, and I'll never make one call, and I'll set up more appointments than you. We'll take our leads from the same source. We'll record every minute of every day of everything that we do. And I can set up more appointments with no phone other than texting. I can set up more appointments through other communications than you can having 5 people make cold calls. And not one coach would take me up on it. I said, we don't need the money. Let's each put up 100 grand. We'll donate it to a charity of our choice. But let's record it. Let's get television crew. Let's get all that we need, the audio, the visual, so agents can learn from what's actually working today. Put me up to the challenge of getting 5 to 7 appointments every single day from motivated prospects and actually getting them closed. And I don't have to make cold calls. I don't have to make warm calls. Guarantee you I win. Why won't anybody take me up on it? Because it would demolish their coaching business. They would be exposed for the fact that it doesn't work. But what I do, see, it's not, oh, well, he doesn't use phone. He uses email and Facebook and YouTube and text, and that's how he gets them converted. No. You know what I use? Trust, authority, and credibility. And I can't build that when someone says, no, thank you, I'm not interested. Take me off your list. How did you get my name? We're not in a big hurry. We're not moving for 2 years. My brother's a realtor. All the crap they say because they don't want to deal with that phone. You know what I need to do? I need to establish trust, authority, and credibility. That's the reason you've always said, if you can get me in front of them, I'll get the deal. People love me when I get to the kitchen table. If you can get me to the kitchen table, because you're building trust, authority, and credibility. You know where you can't do that? On people that are hanging up on you. So everything that you're creating here, newsletters, email sequences, YouTube videos, Facebook posts, Facebook videos that you're putting in place, all of that should be centered around trust, authority, and credibility. When you look at your content, did I do these 3 things or at least cover one heavily? So if you were doing a new YouTube channel today, by the way, that's free. It's free for you to record on your phone. It's free to have a YouTube channel. It's free to promote yourself. It's free to get a press release. It's free to get on the news or the radio. And you just keep making excuses for yourself. Wait till you see this audio that I'm giving everybody. Wait till you hear this thing. And you see that you're bullshitting yourself if you think it's, oh, I don't have the money I need to promote myself. You are nuts. You're making excuses that don't even exist. Why didn't you do a press release? It's free. Why haven't you done 3 videos? Why haven't you done 3 articles? Why haven't you fixed your email sequence? It's free. Why haven't you fixed what you say in text? It's free. That's not what your problem is. When you listen to that audio, you'll see exactly what that problem is. So I want you to build these 3 things: trust, authority, and credibility. And what you're doing is, and I just glanced down, and I've got my computer way low today because I'm standing, but I just glanced down and I saw it's posturing, right? It's positioning. Um, it's showing up as an authority where you're getting paid for who you are, not so much of what you do. Okay. If they have a celebrity come as a guest speaker, as a keynote speaker, they bring a crowd. People come that want to hear from them. Hell, they're talking about something that has nothing to do with them. That's not even how they live their life, but they'll come up with a speech that makes sense because they use their fame to bring people in, and people will gladly give them their money. I want to show you that audio. Those of you that are on my list, everybody that's on my list is going to get it for free today, by the way. I'm going to be sending that out literally today if you're watching this live. So all of this content that you're creating is designed to position yourself, because I want you to remember this, and this is a writer downer. What they think about you before you knock on the door matters more than what you say when you're at the table. What they think about you before you knock on the door. So, okay, I got an appointment on Monday for this coming Friday. What do they receive before you get there? Not a freaking confirmation email, right? I'm just confirming you want to meet. That's literally saying, would you like to cancel? What are you why are you positioning yourself that way? You're literally sending a message saying, would you like to, like, I'm calling to confirm? Would you like to cancel? What are you doing? What did they receive? Did they get a package in the mail? Did you use FedEx? Did you use 3-day FedEx, which is only $11 for a big ass box? What are you doing for them to look at you as different, better, famous, successful? Trust, authority, and credibility. Or are you just hoping the appointment sticks and you show up and then you're like, they're uncomfortable when you're coming in? Do I take my shoes off? I don't know what to do. And then they're like, well, here, we'll show you the home. And you just follow them. You didn't bounce them. You didn't say, like, when they say, you want to start upstairs or did you want to look at the living room? I don't care. Whatever works for you. Okay, let's start up. You know what? Let's go ahead and start in the living room. It's something so minute that you don't even realize it's happening. I'm taking authority. Okay. Well, all right. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and sit down at the kitchen table and I'll show you. I'm sitting here. I don't care where he usually sits. I'm not waiting until they sit in their normal spots that they always sit at the kitchen table, and then I take what's left. I'm the authority. If the famous person came into your house, I don't care who it is, like them or hate anybody I say. If they're famous, you're going to like them or hate them. If I said Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Donald Trump, Gary Busey, David Letterman, anybody that you say, people are going to love them or hate them. But if they came in your house, if it's a football star from your area, if it's LeBron James in basketball, whatever, they sit where the hell they want to sit. You're going to follow. You're literally following them around in your house. They're a leader. Now, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds here on positioning yourself and sales choreography and all of that. Point being, none of that stuff matters if you didn't fix what happened before you came through the door, if you didn't fix what happened before you knocked. Because if you're not that authority, it's going to be really uncomfortable for everybody. They'll literally feel comfortable. Actually, if you don't mind, you can just sit over there. This is where I sit. You just lost everything because you are not the authority figure. It's not going to go where you want it to go. It is going to go where they want it to go. So if they were planning to list their home tonight, they will list. If they were not planning to, you ain't got no shot of getting them to do so, because we've already shown you are not the authority. So I want you to think about, you can't be the authority without having the trust and the credibility. Okay? That's called an asshole. So you got to have the trust, you got to have the credibility in order to utilize authority. Otherwise, you're just being pushy. That's a high pressure sales pitch. We don't want to do that. I want it to feel comfortable. I want it to feel natural. I want them to say, this sounds great. Where do we sign? I want them to push it forward. But that's only going to happen if I have all three. So much so that I tell agents all the time, if you have 2 of 3, you're going to lose. Pick any 2, you're going to lose. Let's say I have the authority and the credibility, but you don't trust me. By the way, that's the reason I didn't invest in Bitcoin or any of the freaking cryptocurrency, whatever. That's the reason. Because they may have the authority, they may have the credibility, they may get Tom Brady for $34 million. They ain't going to get me. because I didn't have that trust factor. Okay. It's the reason I've always invested in Warren Buffett, because he has the trust, he has the authority, and he has the credibility. So whatever he says is what I'm going to do. And OMG, what he said Saturday should wake the hell up everybody in the country. It should really wake you up. I have never seen someone more bearish on what's going on with the government right now than the reason he's selling Apple stock. It has nothing to do with today's topic. But when it comes to trust, authority, and credibility, you better pay attention. You better look at somebody that doesn't need money at all, could spend $10 billion a week and can't run through all of his money. And the reason he's selling stock is because of what's anticipated with the government. That's someone that has trust, authority, and credibility with me. Maybe not with everybody, but certainly with me. So going back to you and creating that fame in your local marketplace and becoming that person that they trust, that person that they look at as an authority figure, and that person that has the credibility, they are silently begging to be led. They want you to take the reins. They're like, please tell me what to do. That's the route you need to go. But that does not happen once you're face to face with them, because it'll start like this. I don't know about this guy. I don't, why is this taking so long? I don't, this doesn't feel, oh, here comes the sales pitch. Here it comes. That's what's going to happen every single time. I know you guys have experienced this. If you're in real estate, you've had this happen to you. So I really think, many of you know that we're preparing for our big event. Everybody's getting together. If you're an Inner Circle coaching member with us, enrollment is closed on that. We're completely sold out. But those of you that are members, we are getting together June 4th and 5th for the Hustle and Grow Conference. Everybody gets to attend for free if you're a member with us. The Hustle and Grow Conference is June 4th and 5th in Orlando. So I'm preparing for that every single day. My whole team's flying to Florida. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents flying in. We've literally had to take out tables because we can only fit so many chairs in the room, and the hotel is giving us a hard time. People are staying across the street at this point. But this is something that's going to be big. Even though I'm creating all of this with our agents and I'm getting our presentations ready, it's 2 solid days of me on stage. There's no vendors and buy all these softwares and the programs and the leads, and you should sign up for this and have area exclusivity and all of that. It's me, and it's the other agents that are doing really well. That's the only people that are there. We're there to win. But I knew how important it was for me to record this audio training for you that I did this morning. I'm going to be sending it out to our entire list. If you are not on my list, you need to go there right now. You need to open another window and go to gregsfreetraining.com. There's nothing there. That just gets you on my list. That's it. So when I send an email, you get it. I send resources and beneficial info, and I'm sending the audio today to everybody, what we call the money call / thermostat call. You'll see what I mean by that. And I think it's going to be true. It's free. There's nothing for sale in there. You can't give me money if you try to. Many of you know I'm completely sold out. There's nothing available. There's no way for you to give me money. This is a totally free training, no strings attached, nothing for sale, nothing at all. But I really think it'll be the greatest training you've ever listened to. So I'm going to be sending it out to everyone today. If my team could, if they're watching, if maybe you could throw it in the chat there, because I can't do it while I'm talking. gregsfreetraining.com. If you're not getting emails from me, if you already are getting emails, you don't need to opt in. But all of the people on my list are going to get this, because I think never before has it been more important to help real estate agents over this hump, over this crap. I don't care if you've been licensed 50 years, you've never seen the drama you're seeing right now. Never. Recessions, depressions, short sales, foreclosures, banks folding, all of these things that have happened, predatory lending, crooked appraisers, all the stuff you've never seen anything as bad as what's going on right now when it comes to public perception. Because you know what agents need the most help with right now when they go meet with sellers? Trust, authority, and credibility. Those are the 3 things that you need to have. So I'm going to be sending that out to everyone. The video is literally rendering right now. It's an audio, but it's rendering right now. So I'll be getting that out to everyone. Make sure that you're on the list. And most importantly, make sure you're following the YouTube channel here because we're putting out, I think we're doing 3 more videos this week that we're putting out to everybody to help you in growing your business. I have no ulterior motive. There's no way you can give me money. I have far too many members right now. I'm good. But I love helping other agents. And of course, all of my inner circle members end up watching this over the course of the next day or two. You come back, you'll see thousands and thousands of people have watched this because they are growing their business. They are doing what they're supposed to do. We have later this week, we have our private inner circle coaching call. Awesome topic that we're going to be covering this week as well. So these are the type of things that once you are in and you start realizing how well this is working for you, it's a game changer. It's game on, right? I mean, it's you know how to attract the kind of business you need, and you show up as an authority figure here. So those are your 3 things I want you to focus on with all your marketing: trust, authority, and credibility. Do everything you can to become successful with that. I'll have some more on this as well. Make sure you follow the channel here. I don't know if my team can maybe drop that in as well in the chat to have you follow the channel here on YouTube. And I'll tell you why. Because there's a lot of BS information out there where they'll just take whatever's going on right now and they'll try and teach you the opposite and show you why this is the right way to get you to follow them, but ultimately give them money. You can't give me money in any way. We have a waiting list of people that want hundreds of people that want to give us $477 a month to be an inner circle coaching member. You can't do it. Find an order form to join my inner circle. You can't do it. So all of the content I'm putting out is 100% for no other reason than to help you. And frankly speaking, it's building trust, authority, and credibility. So if I do ever open that up, you will want to be involved because you've already had tons of closings happening from the stuff you got for free. If you get the free stuff and it works, imagine what happens on the inside if you apply yourself, if you do what you're supposed to do. So you should see in the chat or in the, I guess it's called the chat here rather than comments if you are watching it live. If you're watching it as a recording later, you might see the chat come up or whatever. But go to gregsfreetraining.com just to get on my list. It just gets you emails. I can't really, I don't have anything to sell you, but I've got a lot of good content we're putting out. And it's sometime, maybe whenever I decide, hey, we'll, bring some more agents in, that will be an opportunity for you. And then most importantly, make sure you are following the channel here. And frankly, you should share this with other agents. If you know other agents, you need to grab that share button or tag them or do whatever you guys do because agents need the help right now. They need the direction, the guidance in today's market. And having someone that doesn't have an ulterior motive is crucial to your success. I'm already doing really, really well. I don't need to sell you anything at all. I just want you to be very, very successful. And if I build that trust, authority, and credibility with you, whenever that time comes, 3 months from now, a year from now, 4 years from now, that you decide you want to get serious about your business, I think I'll be the one that you come to. So check it out right now. Start thinking through, look through your email sequences, look through your newsletter, read your last one as though you're a pessimistic prospect. And I want you to see, did you establish trust, authority, and credibility? Follow the page here. For those of you that are in Inner Circle Coaching, I'm excited to see you at the Orlando event coming up June 4th and 5th. 2 solid days of content. I'm going through all the information right now, and it is so helpful for agents that learn this stuff and then drop the L. You got to learn and then drop the L. We'll see you there, and I'll see you on this Thursday's coaching call. Thanks so much for watching. Put this in place in your business today. Report back to me. Let me know how well it works for you. We'll talk soon, and bye-bye for now.